Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how to crochet the houndstooth stitch. What you're going to need are two contrasting colors of the same yarn weight. I'm using Lion Brand Basic Stitch in Ecru and Cedar Wood. And then you'll need a corresponding crochet hook. I'm using a 4.5mm. This is what your swatch will look like once you're done. One side shows one of your colors as the dominant color, while the opposite side shows the other color as the dominant color. Other than that, the stitch is identical on each side. So let's get started. Okay, so to begin, you can start with either one of your colors. I'm gonna start with Ecru. And we're gonna either make a slip knot, or this is how I start my crochet projects actually. I just take the strand like this, put my hook underneath it and grab it and put this tail over. That way you just don't have that knot from the slip knot. I don't know, it always bothered me. Anyway, so make a slip knot and then chain 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want a longer chain, so this is the width of your swatch. If you want it to be wider, chain any odd number. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so we've got 23 chains here. Now we're gonna begin establishing the stitch pattern. So this stitch, if you've ever worked the lemon peel stitch, it is exactly that with one change. You are going to be changing colors each row and carrying the yarn through. So let's begin. We are going to skip this first chain and single crochet into the second chain. Then double crochet into the next. And then continue alternating single and double crochet across the entire row. You are going to end with a double crochet, but stop at that last stitch. I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've got 2 stitches left. I'm gonna single crochet, and then the last stitch is a double crochet. Pull through 2. Now stop here. Normally you'd close a stitch by yarning over and pull through those last 2. We're not gonna do that. We are going to drop our yarn, pick up the next color, and then work that yarn over pull through with the new color. So grab it like this and pull it through. So now we've changed colors. And don't grab the tail, grab the working yarn. Now we can chain 1 and turn. And this is the trickier bit. So the next row is worked the same way as the first, as in you're alternating single and double. So we're gonna single, double, all the way across. Except since we're working brown this row, we're gonna wanna work white the next, but our white is stuck on this side. So we need to carry it with us across the row so that when we're ready to turn our work and crochet the white back that way, that we've got it there ready to be picked up. So we are gonna take our hook, put it under the strand of cream or your old color that we're carrying across, insert into the first stitch and work a single crochet. And you can see that we've captured this strand. So it's no longer in the front of our work, it's in the middle. We're gonna finish our single crochet and we've crocheted around it. So I'm just gonna pull it out a little bit so you can see it. This is the strand. And now it's tucked in, sandwiched in between these stitches. So then we're gonna keep going across the row, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, all while crocheting around this strand. So you can see it's just being carried through the stitches. So keep going all the way to the end, carrying it through, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I've got 2 stitches left. we're gonna single crochet and double crochet, but again, stop at this point, drop our current color, pick up the color that you just carried through, and yarn over, pull through 2 with that color. So now you've changed colors once again. Then we're gonna chain 1 and turn. And here it will be a little bit easier to see that color change because there's no tails in the way. So here, let's do that one more time. So normally when you're crocheting, you just go straight into this stitch like that, right? The only change here, we just gotta grab the strand that we're carrying. So make sure to kind of grab it like that, insert your hook into the stitch, and then you can single crochet, being sure to keep this strand sandwiched between your stitches, and close it up. So here it is. It looks pretty neat, just this little bar right here. I'll just pull it out so you can see. If your work is looking like this with this little bar pulled out, just give it a soft little tug there, put it back in place. And then we're gonna keep going, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, alternating stitches all the way back, making sure to carry the yarn across. And while you're working these stitches, make sure that you're never working a single crochet into a single crochet or a double crochet into a double crochet. You're always gonna be alternating which stitch is worked into which stitch. So a double will always be made into a single, and a single always into a double. So let's keep going to the end. I'll show you once more how to change colors. Okay, here we are at the last 2 stitches. So we're gonna single crochet, and the last stitch is a double crochet. Stop at this point, drop our current color, pick up the color that we've been carrying, and actually at this point, make sure that it's still, you don't want to tug too hard on this and have that strand be really, really tight, because then once you have more stitches worked, if you have one row where you've really tugged on that strand, it's not going to have the same stretch like the rest of your fabric. So just be mindful of that. Anyway, so we've dropped our current color, picked up the new color, yarn over, pull through. And then we can turn into our chain 1. And now we are carrying the white across. So we're just gonna grab that white with our hook, then insert into the stitch, and work our single crochet around that strand. So here it is, stuck inside that stitch. And now we're ready to keep on motoring across this row. So that's how you work this stitch. It's really simple, it's really fun, creates a nice bold stitch pattern. I actually used this in my most recent pattern called the Houndstooth Coatigan. Coatigan being a hybrid between coat and cardigan, because when you are carrying the strands across each row, it does create a more dense fabric. And in the case of the pattern that I'm talking about, I have the stitches running vertically, so they're running like this. And the fact that there are strands carried through, there is a point at which they can't stretch anymore because they're fully stretched out in there. This helps manage the weight of the cardigan being such a long, oversized piece, because this won't stretch out over time like a lot of other stitch patterns will. So if you liked this tutorial and you want to see more from me, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!